Debt to income ratio. What is it? Why do you need to know it? And how do you calculate it? This video will cover it all, so stay tuned. Hey, my name is Jill and welcome to Live in Balance, where I give you home money management tips that not only relieve you from financial stress, but also encourage you to live a fun and balanced lifestyle. So in this video, I'm going to touch upon debt to income ratio, what it is, why you need it, and how to calculate it. So if you're ready, let's go. Debt to income ratio, what is it? It's basically the percentage of your monthly gross income that is allocated toward your monthly minimum debt payments. Now, why do you need to know it? Well, if you are in the process of looking for a home, so you are wanting to buy a home, you're either a new home buyer, you're going to need to know what your debt to income ratio is in order to qualify for a mortgage loan. Now, why is that? Because the lender wants to make sure that you are not high risk for this loan that they're giving you. They want to make sure you have enough money coming in to pay for the loan, as well as the other debts that you've already committed to. So it's actually a very important number, used mostly in the mortgage industry, and something that if you are very new in your process for looking for a home, it's a good idea to calculate your own and get an idea of where you stand so that you can make improvements if necessary, or know if you're in like really good shape as far as that's concerned. So I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how you can calculate your debt to income ratio, and let's go. So the numbers that I'm giving you here are actually, I just kind of pulled out some easy numbers for calculations. You're gonna have to plug in your own numbers. These are just examples, but I think you'll get an idea of how it works. So let's say, for example, that you earn $60,000 per year. That means your monthly gross income is $5,000 per month. Now, we're using the gross income, not the amount that is on your paycheck, but instead the amount that you earn prior to any deductions that are taken out. Okay, now for your debt expense, we're going to assume that you have a credit card bill, an auto loan, and a student loan, and the three added together is $1,000 per month. Remember, we are only looking at debt, not expenses, and we're looking at the minimum payment, not anything extra that you pay. So the way to calculate your debt to income ratio is to take your total debt payment, which is $1,000, and divide that by your monthly gross income, which is $5,000. And in this case, we're going to get 0.2 or 20%. So 20% is your debt to income ratio prior to your estimated mortgage payment. All right. So the lender's not going to look at just this number. They're going to now want to take in what your estimated mortgage payment is and then recalculate the debt to income ratio based on that. So let's say you're looking for homes and you've determined, after whatever amount you're planning to put down, whatever your down payment is, you've determined that your estimated mortgage monthly payment is going to be $2,000. So now what we want to do is add this $2,000 to your debt expense. So now your $1,000 monthly debt expense is increased to $3,000 because we are including the $2,000 estimated mortgage expense. So now you're going to take $3,000 of debt, divide that by $5,000, and you come up with 0.6 or 60%. So basically, in this scenario, your debt to income ratio, assuming that you have a mortgage payment of $2,000, is going to be 60%. That's high. So the range that you want to be is going to vary from lender to lender. It's going to vary from the type of loan that you have, and it's going to maybe vary even from the area that you live in. I'm not sure about that. But you want to have your debt to income ratio as low as possible. Now, numbers that I'm hearing are 43% or lower. So I always strive for lower. So in this case, 60% is going to be quite high, and it might be quite difficult for you to qualify for a loan. So you're going to want to make some adjustments to get your debt to income ratio lower. All right, so now how can you do this? There's a couple of ways. You can increase your income. Now, if you increase your income, the chances are you're gonna have to show that increase over time, but your lender will let you know. But you can increase your income, and that will improve your debt to income ratio. You can lower your debt. So start paying off some of this debt. If you can reduce your debt down to $500, your debt to income ratio will go down a little bit. All right, so lowering the debt can help. And then finally, you can lower your estimated monthly mortgage payment. You can either search for homes that are lower priced than what you want, or find ways to add more to your down payment, so therefore the mortgage payment can be lower. You can do a combination of all three, of two, or whatever, but those are the variables that you can use to improve your debt to income ratio. So for example, let's take an example so we can improve this 60% debt to income ratio. So let's say you've been able to knock off your debt to $500. So now you have a monthly debt of $500 versus the $1,000. All right? And let's say that you've decided that instead of a $2,000 monthly mortgage payment, you're going to look for lower priced homes and get yourself down to $1,500 for that monthly mortgage payment. So now your total expenses are $1,500 plus the $500, which is $2,000. And when you divide that by your $5,000 per month gross monthly payment, you are now at 0.4, which is 40% debt to income ratio. All right, so as you can see, you can improve your debt to income ratio. You just have to make the appropriate adjustments. So why do you need to know this? Because if you are in the early stages of your home buying process, it's a good idea to make sure that you are financially prepared before you start talking to a lender. You know, maybe that's going to take you 6 months to improve this debt to income ratio. You can start working on that now and be in a way better position later. Now, also keep in mind that if you are at the high end of the debt to income ratio, look at how it feels for you. You are the one making the mortgage payment. So if you are really, really tight, determine if that's gonna feel good for you every night, right? So for me personally, I wanted my debt to income ratio to be lower than what the recommended number was, because I wanted wiggle room and I wanted to allow for some fun and excitement in my life and not just paying for my house. So totally up to you, completely your values, but just to be aware and to be in the know that the maximum number of the debt to income ratio has to sit well with you as well. So that's what debt to income ratio is, why you need it, how to calculate it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, add those in the comments below. If you like the video, please click like, subscribe. If you click the bell, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. I am new, so if there's content that you would like me to cover, please add that in the comments as well, as I'm so happy to provide content that is useful for you. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.